This is Rod, and this is Rod's High School Memories radio program, available on CD audio disc. And today's program recalls the memories of the Whitesburg High School class of 1961. The memories of your last year of high school, beginning in August and ending in May with your high school graduation. And now, on with the program. Enjoy your memories. This was the last summer of leisure for most graduates of 1961. For after graduation, many of them made their way north to find jobs. A few would find work and save money in preparation for college, and others would begin working, mostly in construction and mining. So this summer of 1960 would be a summer of fun and relaxation, followed by the opening of their senior year of high school at Whitesburg High, beginning on Monday, August 22nd, 1960. As the month of August opens, we learn that last year's graduates, Roger Kinser and Carter Bradshaw, will play in the Kentucky East-West All-Star football game at the University of Kentucky in Lexington at 8:30 p.m. on August 13th. And in Whitesburg, the City Council undertakes the problem of unsanitary conditions throughout the city. Outside toilets, hog pens, spitting on city streets, the garbage dump on Pie Mountain, and the dredging of the river through the city. A Coca-Cola ad in the Mountain Eagle states that the new king-size Coke is taller than the Dagwood sandwich. Sirloin steak is selling at the A&P for 89 cents a pound. Bananas are 10 cents a pound. An 8-ounce pack of cheese is 35 cents, and a quart jar of Miracle Whip salad dressing is 53 cents. And Fred Coffee is honored as the Man of the Year in Whitesburg. On Monday, August 22nd, 1960, school begins. And for 174 seniors, the start of their last journey through the hallways of Whitesburg High School. Among those 174 seniors are Yvonne H. Boggs, Ronnie Baker, Gladys Huff, Dorothy Stidham, Douglas Cornett, Roger Day, Gene Lewis, Phyllis Tolliver, Ermal Joe Clay, Joyce Fields, Linda Sue Neese, Emma Holbrook, Carolyn Bowles, Jerry Wayne Hall, and Marvin Sexton. Do you remember what you had for lunch on your first day of school at Whitesburg High School as a senior? Hot dogs with chili and macaroni, butter, milk, and apple pie. It is so good. As you were beginning your first day at Whitesburg High School, the Mountain Eagle is now being printed in its new tabloid style. Jesse's Drive-In at Tunnel Hill is up for sale. The minimum cash value of a housewife, if she were to receive pay for her day-to-day services, would equal an annual salary of $2,000. The A&P announces the construction of a new modern food store in Neon at the edge of town, replacing its present location on Main Street. And Letcher County has 685 citizens that receive Social Security old age retirement, and they have just received a monthly increase of $6.60. Hey, class of 1960, your school schedule has changed with the opening of your senior year. Your school day has been changed from a 70-minute, 5-period day to a 60-minute, 6-period day. And the school has just added a class in art and music. And Whitesburg has a new band director. His name is Charles Bickle. Coach Ed Moore once again leads your football team. Coach Moore's assistants are Walter Enlow, Steve Sexton, and William Richardson. Your first game is with Fleming Neon. Sadly, your first game goes down in defeat with a score of 31-6. Your senior football players include Roger Day, Berkey Fields, Wendell Sparks, David Sturgill, Ronnie Ambergy, Ralph Dudley Webb, Martin Lewis, and Steve Stamper. In September, Warren Davis becomes the new manager of the A&P Food Store in Whitesburg, replacing Millard Baker, who flip-flops with Davis as manager of the Jackson, Kentucky store. Juvenile delinquency seems to be a problem for city officials when, in September, the Whitesburg police and fire chiefs, Burl Combs and Remus Day, told the city council that they are hard-pressed to know how to cope with the situation. Councilman Jack Cox voiced his concern that so many youths are gathering up along the sidewalk near the area of the Alene Theater, and that on Sunday morning the streets and sidewalks are littered with junk and beer cans. And there has been a sharp increase in breaking and entering automobiles, with many of the crimes traceable to the youths. The Olinda Ann Drive-In Theater holds a benefit showing for the Mountain Haven Children's Home on September 15th. The movie showing is God Is My Partner, and the admission price is $1. Hey class, do you know how many teachers are teaching at Whitesburg High School during your senior year? Well, there are 27. How many can you name? Your principal is Jack Burkage, and the school secretary is Dolly Polly. The month of September means choosing your class favorites, and you did so. Here are your choices. Miss Whitesburg High School, Carolyn Sue Combs. Mr. Whitesburg High School, Wendell Sparks. Most likely to succeed, LaDonna Sue Price and Martin Lewis. Most studious, Inez Caudle and Martin Lewis. Most attractive, Sharon Reynolds and Frankie Day. And most popular, Sharon Reynolds and Wendell Sparks. And showing at the Alene Theater Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, September 15th, 16th, and 17th, is John Saxon and Linda Crystal in Cry Tough. Also showing is Torpedo Zone. Sunday through Wednesday, September 18th through the 21st, Walt Disney's Toby Tyler. And the second feature, Counterpoint, starring Forrest Tucker. On Friday, September 30th, school is dismissed a little before 2 p.m., and we all gather on the city streets for our annual homecoming parade. The theme of the parade is book titles. This year, the Queen and her attendants will be chosen through a money project sponsored by the Boosters Club. One candidate has been chosen by the students from each of the 4 classes, and votes will be counted at 1 cent each. The candidates for Queen are, from the freshman class, Carolyn Martin. From the sophomore class, Carol Cornett. From the junior class, Shirley Adams. And from the senior class, Sharon Reynolds. The festivities and the crowning of the Queen takes place at the football game with Lynch beginning at 7:30. And the homecoming queen for the Whitesburg High School class of 1960 is Virginia Carol Martin. And immediately following the game and festivities, the homecoming dance is held at the gymnasium. Hello, Whitesburg High School class of 1961, and hello to Charlie Banks, Anna Holbrook, Arnold Frazier, Shelby Neese, Shirley Combs, Gladys Holbrook, John Clyde Sexton, Yvonne Boggs, Roy Harold Thomas, Morel Day, Carlos Banks, Frankie Day, Marcia Kenser, Paul Yantz, Willa Mae Caudle, Bobby Stidham, Jackie Holbrook, Molly Boggs, Edward Flynn, Joel May Mullins, Billy Boatwright, Euless Cook, Francis Hall, Carol Lewis, Susan Caudle, Carol Sue Gum, Steve Stamper, and John Combs. Hey, class of 1961, we are now leaving the month of September and entering to the month of October of 1960. And showing at the Alling Theater is one of the most talked about movies of 1960 from Sunday through Wednesday, October 9th through 12th. Yes, visit a place where a boy and a girl discover desire, where adult emotions violently explode, and a place where great sensations of a bookseller comes to life. See Richard Egan, Dorothy McGuire, Sandra Dee, and Troy Donahue, starring in A Summer Place. And on Tuesday, October 11th, the Whitesburg PTA sponsored two performances from the Barter Theater Group. At 4:15 p.m., Rumpelstiltskin, and at 8 p.m., The Golden Fleecing. The performances are being staged at the Whitesburg School, and admission for the 4:15 performance is $1, and the 8 o'clock performance, adults $2.75 and students $1.50. Among the performers featured in the play is Jim Mitchum. And during the month of November of 1960, while you were beginning your senior year at Whitesburg High School, the Cook Motor Company on Highway 119 in Neon has for sale a new 1961 Rambler Deluxe two-door sedan for only $1,845, or just $39.95 a month. And advertised in the October 20th, 1960 edition of the Mountain Eagle, you could attend the Halloween Bash and spend Halloween weekend at the Manor in Asheville, North Carolina. The rates for two persons, including room, meals, and party, featuring a floor show, fortune-telling, and top dance band for only $22. During September, we had two #1 songs on the Top 100 chart. They were The Twist by Chubby Checker and My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own, featuring Connie Francis. And you are in tune to Rod's Rock and Roll High School. Tonight we're celebrating with the Whitesburg High School senior class of 1961. Seniors from that class includes Benjamin Pace, Billy Dean Adams, Erling Cornett, Nell Ingram, Philip Frazier, Norma Jean Sexton, Emma Jean Banks, Louise Devlin, Martin Lewis, Nathan Hall, David Sturgill, Darlene Brown, Ovetta Frazier, John Henry Kraft, Billy Wayne Eisen, Patricia Trent, Christian Cockrell, Kenneth Hall, Robert Elkins, and Phyllis Markwell. Hey, class of 1961, it's now November, and showing at the Alling Theater on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, November 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, Journey to the Center of the Earth. And the first 25 people attending the Alling on Sunday afternoon will receive an autographed picture of Pat Boone. On Friday, November 11th, the Whitesburg High School Band wins 2 trophies in the marching band competition at the Big Sandy Bowl in Painesville, Kentucky. The Whitesburg High School Band receives the trophies of the Best Marching Band and also the Best Majorette. The band's majorettes are Shirley Combs, drum major, Barbara Bentley, head majorette, and minor breeding, Brenda Williams, Carol Davison, and Frida Moore. Also during November, the Whitesburg High School cheerleaders won second place in cheerleading competition at Morehead State College. Your Whitesburg High School cheerleaders include Lorraine Day, Priscilla Boggs, Sue Combs, Marcia Kinser, and Sue Lewis. And beginning on Sunday, November 20th, and running through Wednesday, November 23rd, you can get your 8x10 autographed picture of fabulous Fabian, the teenage singing sensation. You can do this at the Allen Theater for only 25 cents. You can also get a Fabian badge made of metal with a clamp pin for 35 cents. And see the movie Hound Dog Man, starring Fabian, Carol Lindley, and Stuart Whitman. The cost of the admission for the engagement is 80 cents per adult and 35 cents for children. And as Thanksgiving approaches on the 24th, Kermit's Market on Main Street can supply your parents' Thanksgiving dinner with the following items: turkeys, 39 cents a pound, or frying chickens, 29 cents a pound, a 25-pound bag of potatoes, 75 cents, pumpkin pies, 49 cents, and cranberries, 25 cents per pound. That's at Kermit's Supermarket in downtown Whitesburg for your Thanksgiving holiday dinner items. Homecoming, Halloween, and Thanksgiving are now behind us, and the Whitesburg High School class of 1961 enters the Christmas month, looking forward to the Christmas activities, the vacation, and Christmas itself. And among those excited seniors are Rosemary Kraft, Junior Ray Eisen, Ronnie Shepard, Jerry Wayne Banks, Ronnie Everso, June McLeod, Donna Sturgill, Raymond Brown, Murray Gentry, Robert Everso, Brenda Fugit, Douglas Pennington, Hazel Trout, Cleve Collier, Betsy Hamilton, Sheila Hall, Russell McFall, Ernest Adams Jr., Herbert Crace, and Ronald Eisen. You are tuned in to Rod's Rock and Roll High School, celebrating with the Whitesburg High School class of 1961. And as we enter the month of December, we find that the census of 1960 sets the population of Letcher County at 30,102. The City Council votes to remove the traffic light from the corner of Main and Railroad Street at the bottom of College Hill and replace it with a stop sign which would apply to cars coming off from College Hill, or what we have come to call the High School Hill. On Monday, December 12th, the Combs Building at the corner of Madison and Railroad Street is destroyed by a fire. This is the first major fire in the city of Whitesburg in 11 years, when at that time the Hogg Building on Main Street burned in 1941. The Hogg Building stood at the site of the new Hobbs 5 and 10 cent store. The following week, Christmas vacation begins, and several stores stay open until 8 o'clock at night so shoppers and children can go do Christmas upright. We have memories of coming to town to view the Christmas lights and decorations strung across Main Street, and all the store lights that are on after dark, with Christmas specials and prizes given away that can never be erased from your memories. At Hoover's, Dollhouse, Holstein Hardware, and Hobbs 5 and 10 cent store, and you and Mom and Dad shop, the children can browse Toyland in Hoover's and the Holstein stores, and the toy department in the Hobbs store, while Christmas music played in all of these stores. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the class of 1961, a class of 174 students. Students that include Charlie Chrisman, Emma Jean Meade, Helen Marie Adams, J.B. Everso, Elsie Phillips, Linda E. Banks, Goldie Gibson, Johnny B. Short, Edward Burton, Kirby Hampton, Jeanette Sturgill, Orville Collier, Tony Eisen, Letty Wagner, and Bill Jarrett. Hey, class of 1961, It is now 1961 as we enter the month of January, looking forward to the next few months, culminating with graduation day in May, just a little less than 5 months away. As January 1961 begins, Whitesburg City officials began assigning numbers to houses within city limits to be served by mail delivery. The January grand jury echoed the request of many of the city of Whitesburg and throughout Letcher County, calling for a new jail facility for Letcher County and reporting that the existing jail is unfit for use by humans. And the Mountain Eagle newspaper advertises a 20-acre farm and a 4-room house for sale on Sand Lick for the price of $1,500. And this is Rod's Rock and Roll High School, featuring the Whitesburg High School class of 1961, a class of 174 seniors, seniors that include Carlos Collins, Nada Elaine Davis, Eva Joyce Meade, Wanda Burton, Billy Joe Fields, Verna Wright, Ritter Ann Banks, Kathleen Gilley, Randolph Scott, Jimmy Adams, Rana Rose Hensley, Patricia Sumter, Betty Lou Caudle, and Joey Sturgill. During February, the students of Whitesburg High School voted Sharon Reynolds and Frankie Day as the best-looking students at Whitesburg High School. The senior basketball players are Stevie Stamper and Paul Yance, and the Yellow Jacket yearbook dedication goes to Mr. Edgar Banks. And showing at the Alene Theater on Sunday through Wednesday, February 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, is Steve Reeves, starring in Hercules Unchained. Groundbreaking for the Mountain Parkway Toll Road takes place. And at the Wright Motor Company at Neon, you can buy a new 1961 Newport Chrysler 4-door sedan for the price of $2,964. As March begins, so does district basketball tournaments. Your basketball coach is Don Burton, and he is assisted by Steve Sexton and William Richardson. On March 2nd, Whitesburg meets Letcher in tournament play and wins. And in the district finals, Whitesburg defeats Jenkins for the crown. It was also in March that the Cumberland Coach Line ends its service to Letcher County, leaving the county, with the exception of the Jenkins area, without any bus service. The bus situation also posed a problem for Whitesburg High School, since the county had been paying the Cumberland Coach Lines $900 a month to operate 2 buses hauling students across Pine Mountain from the Harlan County line to the Whitesburg High School. It is also at this time that the city of Whitesburg receives a promise from Southern Bell Telephone Company to begin removing the telephone poles and overhead wires from Main Street. The telephone company promised to have the project completed within 3 years. Hey seniors, if for some reason you were not able to be out on the town on Saturday night during March and were stuck at home, then maybe you were amused or entertained by a variety of programs you could watch on TV that night. The programs that you would be watching would include The Real McCoys, Maverick, Hawaiian Eye, Bonanza, The Tall Man, The Deputy, Ozzie and Harriet, Lawrence Welk, Robert Taylor's Detective, and your Saturday night viewing may have included The Saturday Late Show, Chiller, or The Outlaws. And showing at the Alene Theater Saturday, March 4th is Elvis Presley in GI Blues. And on Monday, March 6th, your school lunch menu consists of oven baked beans in tomato sauce, buttered cabbage, celery stick, hot roll, milk, pineapple rice pudding. So good, so good. And the spring special at Holstein's Hardware Store on Main Street is a 21-inch, 2.5 horsepower, 4-cycle Briggs & Stratton engine push mower for $54.95. Hey, you're tuned in to Roz Rock and Roll High School and our tribute to the Whitesburg High School senior class of 1961, a class of 174 students, students that include LaDonna Sue Price, Nadine Adams, Kay Daniels, Ricky Johnson, Hargis Sizemore, Arlene Bates, Emmett Burt Fields, Ivel Mead, Joyce Sturgill, Claudette Caudle, Betty Gillum, David Profit, Ralph Dudley Webb, Colin Collins, Annette Hilton, and Connie Smith. Showing at the Alene Theater Sunday through Wednesday, April 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th is Michael Landon and Yvonne Lime, starring in the feature I Was a Teenage Werewolf. Senator Archie Kraft leads a delegation of 2 state and national park representatives on a tour of the Pine Mountain area of Bad Branch Falls, which has been proposed for development as a state park area. Also in April came one of the major milestones of your senior year, the annual senior trip to Washington, D.C. And while in Washington and during the visit to the Russian embassy, you are entertained by a Russian diplomat full of pride and elation, for it had just received word that the Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin had just safely returned from outer space. As you visited the tomb of the unknown soldier and was watching the changing of the guard, some of you may recognize PLC Remus Hart. Remus Hart is a 1955 graduate of Whitesburg High School. He is one of the soldiers taking part in the changing of the guard ceremony. Another interesting part of your trip is the boat ride of the Potomac to Echo Amusement Park and being entertained by singer Frankie Lane during dinner at the Lotus Club, and the trip to the theater to see the movie Spartacus. Hey grads, guess what? It's now graduation month, and excitement fills the air. You are on your way to become the graduates of Whitesburg High School for the year of 1961. Is anybody excited yet? Why don't we ask a few people? People like Yvonne Riley, Dolores Ann Day, Janice Kimberlin, Inez Caudle, Janice Reed, Willa Fields, Brenda Miles, Robert Collins, Owen Wayne Wright, Ronnie Gillum, Eugene Addington, George Webb, Jimmy Talby, Charles Hodge, Nerva Bates, and Ernest Wilson. As the month of May begins, Jerry Lewis is all over the screen at the Alene Theater as Cinderfella. And on Friday night, May 5th, your senior celebration begins with your prom. As you enter the gym, you cross the Oriental Bridge looking down upon the reflection pool. Passing over the bridge, you are surrounded by dogwood trees, paper streamers, and Siamese pink Oriental lanterns, and are entertained by the band Javadiers from Harlan, Kentucky. A night to stand out in your fondest memories. And the next night, Saturday, May 6th, comes the 1961 Athletic Banquet. You're in tune to Roz Rock and Roll High School, tribute to the Whitesburg High School senior class of 1961, the largest senior class to date, a class that includes Jackie Sparks, Aris Holbrook, Murray Golden, David Combs, Sharon Reynolds, Josephine Kinser, Wendell Sparks, Nathaniel Rose, Marveline Webb, Frida Moore, Steva Whitaker, Charlene Wright, Glenn Day, Barbara Fleener, Ronnie Ambergy, and Carl Banks. And finally, the big day is here. It's Thursday night, May 18th, 1961, the night we've all been waiting for. Graduation for the senior class of 1961, class that includes Barbara Stallard, Marianne Caudle, Annabelle Wright, James Ralph White, Wanda Stallard, James Earl Combs, Creta Joyce Baker, Brenda Williams, Donald Wayne Blair, and Henrietta Caudle. And for all of you, this is a proud moment in your life. You are finally getting your honors after 12 years of marching toward this goal. You are finally here, sitting side by side, cheering on your valedictorian Martin Lewis and your salutatorian Ritter Ann Banks, and all your classmates as your principal and speaker, Dr. J. Marvin Dotson, and Superintendent Sanford Adams, lift your spirits up and recognize you as the graduates of the Whitesburg High School class of 1961. Good night, and may God bless.